Have you ever noticed how the foods we eat can either make us feel sluggish or give us that gentle spark of energy we thought we had lost years ago? At a certain age, many of us start paying closer attention to what ends up on our plates. Not just because doctors tell us to, but because we can feel the difference. After 60, every meal matters. Our bodies aren't as forgiving as they once were, and the wrong foods can weigh us down, while the right ones can keep us moving with energy, clarity, and joy. Now, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you enjoyed a sweet potato? Maybe it was baked at a holiday dinner, mashed up with a little butter, or tucked into a warm soup. Most people think of sweet potatoes as an occasional treat, something you might have once in a while. But here's the thing. What if I told you that eating sweet potatoes just 3 times a week could make a huge difference in how you feel, how you age, and even how you protect yourself from some of the biggest health problems that often show up after 60? This isn't some trendy superfood hype. Sweet potatoes are one of the most nutrient-packed foods we can eat, and they've been keeping people healthy for centuries. In fact, some of the longest-living communities in the world, like those in Okinawa, Japan, have relied heavily on sweet potatoes as a daily staple. Their diets, rich in this humble root, are linked to extraordinary longevity and vitality, even into their 90s and 100s. So, if you've ever wished for a simple, delicious food that could actually support your body as you age, this might just be it. The first thing that makes sweet potatoes so special is their incredible nutritional punch. They're not just carbs, they're loaded with fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Let's take fiber, for example. At our age, digestion doesn't always work as smoothly as it once did. Constipation, bloating, or that heavy feeling after meals becomes a more regular visitor than we'd like to admit. Sweet potatoes, with their high fiber content, can gently sweep through the digestive system, helping things move along naturally. Eating them a few times a week can help you stay regular without relying on harsh laxatives. And it's not just about comfort. Keeping digestion healthy also supports a stronger immune system, better nutrient absorption, and even clearer thinking. Then there's the energy factor. Many people over 60 struggle with fatigue. Maybe you wake up tired, or you find yourself running out of steam by mid-afternoon. Sweet potatoes are what I like to call steady energy foods. Unlike white bread or sugary snacks that give you a quick burst and then a crash, sweet potatoes provide slow-releasing carbohydrates that fuel your body evenly throughout the day. That means fewer energy dips, more stable blood sugar, and a steady flow of fuel for your brain and muscles. Imagine having the energy to go for that afternoon walk, play with your grandkids, or finish a hobby project without feeling like you need a nap afterward. But let's go deeper. Sweet potatoes are also packed with antioxidants, especially beta-carotene, which gives them that beautiful orange color. Antioxidants are your body's little warriors, fighting against the wear and tear that naturally happens as we age. Over time, oxidative stress, caused by things like pollution, poor diet, and even normal metabolism, can damage cells and speed up aging. That's when you start seeing wrinkles, stiff joints, memory problems, and higher risks of diseases like heart disease or cancer. By eating foods rich in antioxidants, like sweet potatoes, you're essentially giving your body a shield. You're slowing down that damage and protecting your cells so they can keep working for you, even as the years go by. Now, here's something many people don't realize. Sweet potatoes are also fantastic for your vision. After 60, our eyes often need extra care. Conditions like cataracts, glaucoma, or macular degeneration become more common. The beta-carotene in sweet potatoes gets converted into vitamin A in your body, which is crucial for eye health. It keeps your vision sharp, protects against night blindness, and supports the surface tissues of the eyes. So, by eating sweet potatoes regularly, you're not just treating your taste buds, you're literally nourishing your eyes. And I can't forget about heart health. At this stage in life, almost everyone either worries about their heart or knows someone dealing with blood pressure, cholesterol, or circulation issues. Sweet potatoes bring a surprising benefit here too. They're rich in potassium, which helps balance sodium levels in the body. Too much sodium raises blood pressure, but potassium helps bring it back down. Think of it as a natural pressure release valve for your heart and blood vessels. Eating sweet potatoes a few times a week could help keep your blood pressure in check, reducing strain on your heart and lowering your risk of heart attack or stroke. The beauty of all this is that you don't need to eat sweet potatoes every single day. Just 3 times a week is enough to give your body consistent doses of these powerful nutrients. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You can bake them, roast them, mash them, or even toss them into a salad. They're versatile, affordable, and delicious. So, the next time you're planning your meals, think about how simple it would be to add in a sweet potato or two. Maybe with dinner as a side dish, maybe as a hearty lunch, or even as a sweet treat topped with a sprinkle of cinnamon. Every bite is a little step toward more energy, better digestion, sharper vision, and a healthier heart. And really, isn't that what we all want as we age? Not just more years, but better years? Watching and feel that these insights are meaningful. Please type number 2 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to do so, and don't forget to turn on the bell, so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos designed to uplift, inform, and inspire. Your support truly means a lot. It's what keeps us going and allows us to continue sharing thoughtful, helpful content just for you. Now, let's continue this journey together. Have you ever noticed how your digestion seems to slow down as you get older? Many people in their 60s and beyond often talk about feeling bloated, uncomfortable, or constipated more often than they did in their younger years. This is a very common experience, and it's tied to the natural slowing of the digestive system as we age. But here's where sweet potatoes can be an incredible ally. They're rich in fiber, both soluble and insoluble, and that combination works wonders for keeping your gut happy. Soluble fiber feeds the good bacteria in your intestines, while insoluble fiber keeps things moving along smoothly. Eating sweet potatoes 3 times a week can make a real difference in how light and comfortable you feel after meals. It's like giving your digestive system a gentle helping hand without having to rely on harsh supplements or medications. Some people worry about fiber because they think it might cause more gas or discomfort, but in reality, sweet potatoes are considered one of the gentler sources of fiber. They provide steady support instead of overwhelming your stomach. Imagine enjoying your dinner without worrying about indigestion or waking up at night feeling bloated. That small improvement alone can make daily life more pleasant and more freeing. You might even notice that your energy improves, because when digestion is running smoothly, your whole body feels lighter. And speaking of energy, let's not forget about blood sugar. As we age, our body tends to become less efficient at handling sugar. This is why type 2 diabetes becomes more common after 60. But what makes sweet potatoes stand out compared to other starchy foods is that they have a lower glycemic index. That means they don't cause a sharp spike in blood sugar, but instead release energy more gradually. Eating them a few times a week helps keep your blood sugar steady, which in turn reduces the roller coaster of energy highs and crashes. Imagine enjoying a meal that leaves you satisfied and energized for hours, instead of making you feel sluggish or sleepy soon after. That steady energy is exactly what helps you stay active and do the things you love, whether it's gardening, walking, or spending time with family. Of course, many people also worry about their heart health once they pass 60. And with good reason. The risk of high blood pressure, cholesterol problems, and heart disease tends to climb with age. But this is another area where sweet potatoes shine. They are packed with potassium, which helps balance sodium levels in the body and naturally lowers blood pressure. In fact, potassium is one of the most overlooked nutrients for heart health, yet most people don't get enough of it from their diets. By simply adding sweet potatoes into your meals a few times a week, you're giving your heart the support it needs to keep pumping strong. And it's not just potassium. Sweet potatoes also contain antioxidants like anthocyanins, which protect your arteries from inflammation and damage. Over time, those small acts of protection add up, helping your heart stay healthier for longer. Think of it this way. Every time you choose sweet potatoes instead of something processed or fried, you're not just filling your stomach, you're making a choice that protects your future. You're choosing steady energy instead of sugar crashes. You're choosing comfort instead of digestive trouble. You're choosing heart health instead of added risk. And the beauty is, it doesn't feel like a sacrifice. Sweet potatoes are naturally delicious, with a sweetness that can satisfy cravings without the need for added sugar. Baked, roasted, or mashed, they fit easily into meals without feeling like health food. And here's something you may not expect: sweet potatoes can also play a role in keeping your mind sharp. The antioxidants found in their bright orange and purple varieties have been shown to support brain health by reducing oxidative stress. This is important because as we age, the brain becomes more vulnerable to inflammation, which can affect memory and mental clarity. Adding sweet potatoes to your diet is like giving your brain a little shield, helping you stay mentally alert and engaged in the things you enjoy. Even simple daily pleasures, like remembering details in a conversation, reading with focus, or recalling a favorite memory, can feel sharper and more enjoyable when your brain is nourished. You might already be starting to see a pattern here. Sweet potatoes aren't just about one area of health, they touch nearly every part of your body, from your stomach to your heart to your mind. And the best part is, you don't need to eat them every day or follow some complicated diet plan. Just 3 times a week is enough to feel a real difference. When something so simple can have such a wide impact, it makes the choice almost effortless. Now, while we've covered digestion, blood sugar, heart health, and even brain support, there's still one more important benefit that often gets overlooked: how sweet potatoes can support your bones and mobility as you age. And this might surprise you, because it's not the first food most people think of when they think of strong bones. But it truly deserves a place in your diet for this reason as well. Now let's talk about something that really matters as we age: keeping our bones strong and our bodies mobile. After all, independence is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves as we get older. Nobody wants to feel limited by stiff joints, weak bones, or the fear of falling. And while calcium and vitamin D often get all the attention when it comes to bone health, sweet potatoes bring something equally important to the table: magnesium and potassium. Magnesium is a mineral that often gets overlooked, but it plays a key role in helping your bones absorb calcium. Without enough magnesium, all the calcium in the world won't do as much good. Sweet potatoes provide a healthy dose of magnesium, and when paired with their potassium, they help keep your bones dense and resilient. Potassium also helps reduce the amount of calcium lost through urine, which means more of it stays in your bones where it belongs. Think of it as your body's natural way of protecting your skeleton from slowly thinning over time. But strong bones are only part of the picture. Sweet potatoes also contain beta-carotene, which the body converts into vitamin A. This nutrient supports the health of your eyes, keeping your vision sharp. Why does this matter for mobility? Because good vision is directly tied to balance and confidence in moving around. When you can see clearly, you are less likely to stumble or hesitate, and that means greater freedom in daily life. Something as simple as enjoying sweet potatoes 3 times a week might mean more secure steps and fewer worries about falling, a priceless benefit as the years go by. Beyond bones and vision, let's not forget how food affects mood. Have you ever noticed that your emotional well-being is closely connected to what you eat? Sweet potatoes are a natural mood booster because of their complex carbs and the way they help regulate serotonin, the feel-good chemical in the brain. For older adults, this can be especially powerful. A steady, positive mood makes daily life more enjoyable and helps reduce feelings of isolation or low energy. In a way, sweet potatoes nourish not just your body, but also your outlook on life. So, by now, we've seen how this one humble food can touch nearly every part of aging gracefully. Better digestion, steady blood sugar, a healthier heart, sharper memory, stronger bones, clearer vision, even a brighter mood. All from something as simple and accessible as sweet potatoes, eaten just 3 times a week. And the beauty is, you don't need to force yourself into complicated recipes or spend a fortune. Whether you bake them, roast them, mash them, or even turn them into a soup, sweet potatoes fit naturally into any meal. Imagine sitting down to a cozy dinner and knowing that what's on your plate isn't just delicious, it's actively protecting your health, giving you energy, and supporting your independence. Imagine looking back a year from now and realizing you feel lighter, more energized, and more confident, simply because you made one small but consistent change. That's the quiet power of sweet potatoes. At the end of the day, healthy aging isn't about radical diets or giving up everything you love. It's about simple, sustainable choices that you can actually enjoy. And sweet potatoes are a perfect example. They remind us that nature has already given us many of the tools we need to stay strong, independent, and joyful well into our later years. So the next time you're planning your meals, think about slipping in some sweet potatoes. 3 times a week is all it takes. Small steps, done consistently, lead to big changes over time. And who knows? That little habit might just be one of the keys to living not only longer, but better. Thank you for spending time with us today. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned from this video and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your insights mean a lot to us and give us the motivation to keep spreading positivity and practical advice. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Your support truly helps us continue creating meaningful content that informs, inspires, and uplifts. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.